Administering PN at home, priming and hookup. This video will review the steps required to prime the tubing and hookup to your child's home parenteral solution bag. Before watching this video, please see Administering PN at home, preparing for the procedure for how to set up your environment, and mixing the PN solution for how to add vitamins to and mix your child's PN solution. This procedure uses ANTT or aseptic non-touch technique. It is important to follow all the steps to keep your child safe. Your child's healthcare team may teach you how to mix and administer PN at home. It is important to follow all procedures carefully to keep your child safe. Do not perform these procedures unless instructed to do so by your child's healthcare provider. Gather your supplies and place all materials within reach on the same clean surface where you prepared the PN bag. You will need the prepared PN bag, your child's portable PN pump, the infusion set or tubing for the pump, and extension tubing if needed. Open the tubing packages and place the contents onto your cleaned work surface. Remove paper ties. Make sure the protective caps are on the ends of the tubing to keep them sterile. Perform hand hygiene using hand sanitizer. If you're using extension tubing, find the ends of the extension and fusion sets and carefully remove the protective ends without touching the open ends with your hands. Immediately attach the open ends together. Place the remaining end of the IV tubing back into the package to keep it clean. Remove the plastic cover from the PN bag port. Remove the plastic cover from the spike. Hold the PN bag and port firmly. Insert the spike into the bag using a firm back and forth twisting motion. Push only to the shoulder of the spike. Set the PN bag with the tubing attached aside on your clean surface. Setting up the pump. After you have prepared your PN, you will need to set up your pump. There are various pumps that are used to administer PN. Your healthcare team will teach you how to program the pump that your child will be using at home. Program the pump according to the doctor's orders. Place the tubing in the pump and use the pump controls to prime the tubing to remove the air from the tubing set. Do not prime when your child is connected to the pump. When priming your infusion set, hold the filter with the arrow pointing up. Do not remove the protective cap at the end of the infusion set while priming to ensure that the end of the infusion set remains sterile. Once priming is completed, inspect the tubing set to ensure there are no visible air bubbles. If air bubbles are noted, reprime the tubing. Your PN solution is ready to be administered. Hookup procedure. Clean your surface if it was soiled during the priming of the tubing set. Perform hand hygiene using sanitizer or wash your hands if they became soiled during priming. Gather your supplies. You will need the PN bag with tubing primed, a 10 milliliter saline syringe, 1 to 2 alcohol wipes, and a backpack or an IV pole. Open and remove the wrapper containing the 10 milliliter saline syringe. Loosen but do not remove the end cap of the saline syringe. Tap the syringe or loosen any air bubbles. Remove the bubbles by pushing them out of the tip of the syringe, keeping the end cap in place. Tighten the cap. Place the syringe on your clean work surface. Take off the old gauze and tape covering your child's central venous access device, or CVAD, or injection cap connection and discard. Use hand sanitizer or wash your hands. Thoroughly scrub the injection cap on the CVAD for 15 seconds with an alcohol swab. Hold the CVAD to keep it clean and do not let it touch anything. Let the alcohol dry for 15 seconds. Pick up the saline-filled syringe and carefully remove the end protective cap, making sure it does not touch anything. Insert the syringe with a firm push and twist motion into the cap of your child's CVAD. Holding pressure on the syringe plunger with your thumb, open the clamp on the CVAD and flush the saline into the CVAD. Use the turbulent push-pause method to thoroughly clean off the inside of the CVAD. Flush the full 10 milliliters of saline. Take note of any change in pressure from your previous flushing. Be sure to notify your team the next day if there is more resistance on the CVAD. While holding pressure on the plunger of the syringe, close the clamp. Remove the syringe. Continue to hold on to the CVAD. While holding the cap end of your child's CVAD, remove the last protective cover from the end of the infusion tubing, making sure not to touch the end. Push and twist the IV tubing set, primed with PN solution, onto the cap end of your child's CVAD. Open the clamp on the CVAD. Press start on your pump. Check all connections on the solution set for any leakage. Check that the CVAD is secure in the securement device and the tubing is taped to your child. This will prevent their CVAD from being pulled and accidentally dislodged. Your healthcare team will show you how to secure the tubing. Run the tubing all the way to the bottom of your child's pajamas, then close up the pajamas. Hang the PN solution on an IV pole or in a backpack. For information about taking your child off PN when the infusion is complete, please see the article Heparin Locking the CVL or PIC linked in the description below.